Hi, sir.
Hello, Akash.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. Sorry.
No problem, sir. No problem. So currently you are in Mumbai, sir, or somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm in Mumbai.
Okay, okay. So, sir, first let me introduce myself. My name is Akash, and I have a YouTube channel called Trying to Know Cinema,
Okay.
and I work as a web developer during
Mm-hmm.
weekdays. And
Okay.
I live in Jalandhar, Punjab, but we are actually from Nepal. So we speak
Okay.
Nepali at home, but never been to Nepal. So
Okay.
someday we will go. I don't know when. And I want to become a filmmaker. That's why I do this podcast because I want to connect with filmmakers. I want to talk to filmmakers.
Lovely to-
And yes, sir, that's it. And the plan is to go to film school. So
Okay.
I'll go.
Have you thought of any which one you plan to go?
Yeah, I gave last year. I gave FTI paper, but the number was terrible.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean there are other options also
Yes, yes, sir.
these days, and I'm like in there's another radical thing also that you don't even need for school these days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, so let's start, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
So, sir, my first question is like, what inspired you to become a filmmaker? How your filmmaking journey started?
Uh, It started started a long time ago. I was an engineering student, and it was during that time that I happened to come across this software called Windows Movie Maker, and I had a handycam at home, and I really wanted to try things in this software because I realized, okay, you can put two clips together, and it like you can place them together, and then can play it back, and then it feels like a film. uh, so that's where I think I took some random shots and I put it together on the editing software movie maker, and that kind of intrigue, that sort of uh, brought an intrigue to me, and that's where slowly it started somewhere. And that's when and then and when that happens, then you start thinking. I mean, one used to watch films before that, but never in that uh, way. But after doing this, then you start watching films also, and like, oh acha ye aise kiya hoga, ye aise kiya hoga, aise kiya hoga. So that starts happening, and then you write something small, you take your friends and you make that short film or something. So that's how it started for me, in a very.
So, sir, you have done engineering. So, before going into film industry, you work as an engineer or in engineering
No,
field.
no, I did not finish my engineering.
Okay, so
I quit midway.
so you started. So, how did you find your first job, sir, in film industry?
It was so yeah. I mean, like first when you come here, it becomes a little. I mean, there's you don't have any idea of what you are. You come with the thought that you want to make films, but when you come here, you are doing something else. Like you are. If you assist somebody and this thing, you slowly realize that this has nothing to do with creativity, and this is more of a production thing that you learn, and so logistics part of it. So initially, it used to be very frustrating to do all this. Like, why am I am here to write and direct? Why am I doing this? Calling somebody and booking this studio, booking that studio. Why am I doing this? You feel like that, but eventually, slowly, you also then learn that how important it is to learn that process as well. If you don't understand production, then there's no it won't help you as a creative person. So it's really important to know how a film is made, as a as like in from the perspective of production also, because uh, ultimately it's not just a uh, it's not painting, right? It's not an individual medium where you don't have, you just like with enough, like very little resources, you can do You can make a painting. Film is like a team work. You need lights, you need so many things, so many equipments, tools, and all that to make a film. So it's a like there's business involved in it. So it's really necessary to get that experience in production. So and you do that while assisting in this thing.
Okay. So, sir, how the idea of a follower came sir, to you?
It, I mean, this happened during, I think, mostly 2014, when, also like the country seemed to be very opinionated about political ideologies in this thing. And also that time social media also came in, right? So everyone, whoever had opinions, strong opinions, like everyone was out there putting it out and, you know, so shouting at the top of their voices. So that kind of made me, and like during this time I had, so I used to see that me and my friends had such different political opinions, political ideologies, and that used to make me feel ki how we are very good friends, but why do we have these opposite, separate ideologies? So that makes led us to wonder about that. And and I used to not understand. So there used to obviously be very like a lot of rift also in our relationship, in friendships. Uh, like fight about politics, fight about a certain leader and this thing. Then and that like I used to like this is not helping anyone. Why are we? You know. So in a way, this film was like it came from because like I wanted to understand why my friend uh, is of a certain ideology. Why does he latch on to this particular ideology so strongly? What makes him so hateful about somebody else? So that's where the idea came, and that's why I made this film.
So, I want to talk about the structure of the film. Like, it goes backwards. Like,
Yeah.
correct. So, while writing it, you always thought about writing like that, or like it eventually came?
No, it was always like this. So from the first draft itself, it was always written like this. Uh, Mainly because I didn't want to tell a story that told you the consequences of bigotry or consequences of fake news. We all know that, right? We all know ki, okay, some misinformed, post can lead to serious consequences. We all know that. We know that happens, but I wanted to explore why is this character so passionate about uh, whatever he believes in. That I wanted to leave my audience with that thought that uh, this is a person that probably as a troll or as somebody who puts hate posts against somebody who's probably very passionate about some leader, who's probably passionate about some extremist cause. But let me also tell you his backstory, let me also tell you his origin story, and let me just leave you with that thought so that that's a different effect to it. So this was the idea, and that's why always the script was always structured like that.
And it actually really works because whenever we listen to a story like this, it's always like hatred, like people maybe hatred. We never see their story, their point of view. But while
Yeah.
watching the film, it was like, okay, now I get it. Like maybe there's more towards his life. Maybe that's why he has done. He needs some because his life was so like his family, his friends disturbed, so that's why he took someone his god like while
Yeah.
the leader. So that's really works. I've just seen the film and it's like a Q&A for me. And I also want to talk about one more. There's a one take shot in the film while he
Yeah.
gives a gift to Praveen,
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
scene. So, sir, while making it, did you had that permission? How did you shoot that scene, sir? Because it's like really, there's a lot of traffic there. There's a lot of people there. So all,
So that long take. So no, we did not take any permission. Nothing. It was uh, we because we were firstly we were such a small crew that we did not. manage to catch attention. Our camera also was, we were shooting on A7S with on a gimbal that was, that the DOP was sitting on the like backside of the motorbike. So we did not manage to catch any attention, and we did not take any permission because, I mean, in making an independent film, to take a permission, to finally get that permission, it's a task. And to get involved in that, you will, probably stop making your film. So I think we didn't need that. It was, and we thought we'll shoot this when traffic is less. So we started shooting in the afternoon. Small towns, people sleep in the afternoon. So so Guru thought ki, okay, that time traffic will be less and let's shoot that time. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like while taking those takes and all that, obviously then it became evening, like around 5 p.m. and all that. So traffic had again increased. But by that time we had taken many takes, so we were also rehearsed, in a way. So uh, so yeah, then we got a good take towards the end of it around 5:30. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, while writing Sachin, you always thought about yourself like you're going to play it, like you're
No,
going
no, no, I didn't. Not at all. I mean, of course, I didn't want to. It's a double pressure. Why to take this double pressure of acting and directing? I tried to cast someone, uh, but that didn't work out. We did take many auditions. We even had somebody who was playing it, but that didn't work out. It wasn't like the chemistry between Raghu and Sachin wasn't right. It wasn't hitting off well. So we were looking only, but during this time, because Raghu was cast, so I used to practice Sachin's lines with him, and so sort of our chemistry became stronger in that, like we were comfortable with each other, doing those lines, and so I thought, okay, this chemistry is really working out, so let me only just go ahead and play this role.
answers for the character of Sachin, like he thinks of himself like he is right, but there are also flaws in his character as well. So it was intentional, or like you wrote it like that only.
Yes, it was intentional. I mean, because it's sometimes, people like Sachin who are mostly right, let's say, like the things that they are asking for, the things that they're saying make sense. They're very liberal in their this thing thoughts, very progressive in their ideology, yes. But sometimes they go too far, and that can have a reverse effect, right? And so Sachin was, in my mind, Sachin was always this guy who had progressive views, who was very liberal and all that, but he also goes too far sometimes. Like he, in his uh, attempt to be righteous and this thing and all that, he forgets where Raghu comes from. He forgets, like Sachin is privileged. He comes from money, so he's a little more aware. He has a support system, so he can afford to uh, like read some intellectual book and talk about the world and tell be on YouTube channel and thing. But somebody like Raghu, who doesn't have the privilege, uh, has to take care of a shop and also a lot of other things. And then how do you expect a person like Raghu to be also intellectually aware? So this is what I think, something that Sachin doesn't understand. And in my head, he was always, like somewhere, he crosses the line always. And and we see that nowadays a lot in, like like the woke liberals that now are as stupid as the right wing bigots. So, so that's what we see. And that just creates more divide between people, I feel.
And sir, how big was the crew? Like how many crew members were there?
It was, I mean, I think that our crew member was just like, 10 people. That's it. Not a lot. It was very, yeah, like we decided, like, let's do it in a very short, like a very indie way. So in a very independent way, where we made the film, and yeah, we it's like the crew was maximum 10 people. And sometimes with actors it used to be 15, 16, but that's it. Yeah.
And sir, how long it took to make the whole film, like editing, writing, shooting, everything?
It took a long time. I wrote it in 2017. We went for crowdfunding in 2018. So for I think a 2 month crowdfunding we did, and during 2018 we also did some recce and auditioning and all that, casting and all that. In 2019 we shot the film, and so after that we were almost done. We had a rough cut at the end of 2019. We wanted to shoot some more parts which we had planned. Let's do it in we planned around in Jan Feb. So we thought like let's shoot it in March 2020, but COVID happened, and we got stuck, and we were stuck the whole year after that, that we couldn't step out and really shoot this film. So we just waited. We were very, there was so much uncertainty about whether this film will ever come out or no, or So, but eventually, like 2021, we got a chance to finish that small shooting that we wanted to do, and then we went for the rest of the post production. So I think around 2020 one towards the end of 2021 and early 2022, I think the film was ready.
And then,
Yeah.
sir, it got premiered at Rotterdam, if I'm correct.
Yes. Yes.
So how was the reaction, sir? Because Rotterdam is a huge film festival and your film is also screening there, sir.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was Rotterdam. I mean, it was the first time such a big festival. We were very excited, very overwhelmed uh, about this, and what happened. Like so the first screening that we had, and it was almost 90% full, the hall, and we were very happy to see that, like in a foreign country, a foreign audience who doesn't know anything about us, who doesn't know anything about this film, who doesn't know anything about my city, which this film is based on, and 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 them coming in such large numbers and watching the film, and then the reactions, uh, the reactions that we got during the film, the laughs that we got during the film. So that really, was very special, and also wonderful Q&A, because somewhere they also connected on that level of, radicalization, because they have also been seeing that in Europe a lot. Uh, so I think somewhere they connected with this theme, and there was a very interesting Q&A that happened.
Sir, if somebody wants to see the film, like it's currently not available, so how they can see?
No, yeah, currently it's not available, but we are on to something. We are trying to get it out there. So let's see, maybe a release, maybe something. So we are in that process of figuring out how we can put it out for the wider audience.
And sir, are you currently shooting or doing any writing something?
No, I'm not. I'm writing my own film. It's almost ready, screenplay, but it'll take some time, because currently I'm shooting. I'm uh, uh, I'm working with Sudhir Mishra sir for a web series that he's making. So I'm the second unit director on it, and so we're going on flows in March, towards March end. So that'll be a 3 month shoot, and then after that I will start working on my next film or next project, whatever.
Sir, you were also creator of Killer Soup as well. So how was your
Yeah.
experience there, sir?
No, I mean, beautiful. I mean, amazing, fun. A lot of fun actually. This was uh, this was during 2018. Me and my friends. So I I found this story in a newspaper, and I was very much uh, blown by it, like how bizarre this story is. And I instantly spoke to my very good friend Anand, I told him that this is an incredible story. I want to make a short film on this. And so we started discussing that story. And during this time, also, Onaiza also came on board. So all three of us, got very excited by the story. And we used to discuss this. Whenever we used to meet, we used to like think about it, कि इसका कैसे क्या करें, क्या हो सकता है story, what could happen and all that. So from a short film, it sort of expanded into a larger format. We then thought, is it a feature film? Then we thought, no, maybe there's more. We can have more fun with it, and then it became a series. So we then we wrote a Bible, and then we went to Abhishek Chaubey. Uh, he instantly loved it. He came on board, and he wanted to make it. And then the rest of again, the further writing process continued. So it was fun in terms of writing because. If you've seen it, there's so much happening in it. There's so much drama. There's so much comedy. So it was fun, coming up with those ideas and implementing, and sometimes thinking, ki, are we going to uh, overboard with whatever we are doing? But it was fun, and we sort of, I think, took some chances by going overboard here and there in the show.
Sir, please do recommend some your favorite films or filmmakers, sir, which have inspired you.
Well, it's that's difficult. That's difficult, but filmmakers who have inspired me uh, has to be Martin Scorsese, Ken Loach, and Ruben Östlund. Yeah, all three different, very different filmmakers, but they have had some kind of inspiration here and there on me. Yeah, yeah.
Sir, if somebody wants to work under you or assist you, so how they can approach you, sir?
I mean, I'm on Instagram, so just drop me a message anytime. No problem. Yeah,
So you are
yeah.
okay with if he has done any film school or no film school?
Sorry.
So you are okay if he has done any film school education or no film school education?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have no. I mean, I, I trust film schools, but I also don't trust film schools. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter.
Sir,
Yeah.
any advice for sir filmmakers who wants to like starting their journey or who wants to become a filmmaker? Any advice for them?
I think it's. I mean, I'm also very early in my career to give any advice really, but what I what I find helpful for me is to have a voice of my own, have uh, to tell stories that I really want to tell desperately, about certain characters or about certain place or about certain time, whatever it can be. But if you are passionate about that thing and you want to keep sort of exploring that character or place or time, then that will help you be uh, that will help you find a voice as a filmmaker. That you want to, let's say, if I want to tell stories of people who I know back home, and that's my voice. Those are the people that I know, and I would like to keep telling stories about them or about their world. So that becomes my voice. If you find that unique voice that makes you stand out from the rest of the filmmakers out there, then that helps you as a filmmaker.
Sir, thank you so much, sir, for joining. It's such a pleasure, sir, to will talk to
Thank
you because
you so much, Ash. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Thanks.